In this video, I will show you how to segregate the roles into accepted, rejected, and mending. So let's suppose you have done the QC. So once you do the QC, all the reports would be seen in the QC reports. So let's suppose production order number 20, we have 5 roles which we have done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's suppose the defect points are 0. I want to approve this, accept. So if I say accept, this role will go and sit in the accepted inventory, which you can sell. So let's suppose this is 5 defect points and I want to reject it. So let's suppose role number 2 is rejected. I don't want to use it at all. So the next one is I have 2 defect points and where I would say that I want to mend it. So I want to repair it and see if what best I can do. And second one is 0 defects. So I definitely want to approve this. So again, let's suppose there are 2 defect points. I want to mend it. Let's suppose. So in this 5 roles, what I have done is I have rejected 1 role, accepted 2 roles. I sent roles for mending as two roles were sent for mending. So let's suppose in my inventory, I would say accepted roles 20 is 2 roles. 2 roles is what I have accepted. Mending, I have sent 2 roles for mending. Rejected, 1 role is sent for rejected. Okay. So usually you can start selling your accepted roles you can start dispatching the accepted roles to your customers, but you cannot dispatch mending roles or rejected roles to your customers. But when you want to do a re-QC, repair for the existing roles, what you have to do is you have to, let's suppose you have decided to mend few roles. So roll number 5 and roll number 3 is what you decided to mend. Let's suppose you just come back to the QC. In the QC, on the right side, you have an option where you are regularly by default doing a QC for the new roles, new production. But someday when the mending roles inventory is going up, you decide to rework on repair all these roles which are sent for mending. So I would select mending role, and I would select the mending role which is pushed there. So here it will select the actual quantity is 15, and I would say when I say submit, it will ask me QC complete. Let's suppose in this 115 meters, I found a defect for about 30 meters. So 30 meters is damage. So when I say 30 meters is damage, 115 minus 30 has to be the actual quantity for this particular roll. So roll number 3, defect quantity is 30. So defect quantity is 30. Okay, if you see here, we have 5 rolls here. So roll number 1, we have directly accepted and sent it for approval. As in it is good. So the defect quantity is 0 and the final quantity is 110, the same. Second roll, we have rejected the entire thing. So I said actual quantity is 111, the defect quantity is 111. So the final quantity is 0. Third roll, the actual quantity was 115. When I was mending it, I have cut 30 meters of defect from it. So the final quantity will be 85. And roll number 4, which I directly approved. So the final quantity is the same as per the actual quantity. So let's see roll number 5 also. Now the actual quantity is 110. We have to mend it. So if I have to mend it, let's suppose now that I don't have a scanner, I'm just copy pasting it. But you definitely will have a scanner and you're not supposed to copy paste. Okay, I'm sorry. So I was selecting that role in new role. So it was not allowing me. So once a role QC is completed, you can't redo it. It is possible only in mending. This feature is given just to avoid any kind of a mistakes which the QC inspector might do. Yeah. So let's suppose the actual quantity is 110 and I am saying that the QC is completed, mending is completed. I found 50 meters as defect. 50 meters as defect in the roll. And when I say submit, so let me just go back. and see roll number 5, actual quantity is 110, the defect quantity which I have selected now is 50, and the final quantity is 60 now. So here two rolls are there in accepted inventory, because in lot number 20. So now what I have done is I have mended again, and now I want to accept this these two rolls which I mended, roll number 3 and roll number 5. Let's suppose I accept this and then I accept this. So if I go back to the inventory, I can see 4 rolls in 20, and if I see rejected, I can see only one roll which is there. So this is how you can segregate your roles into accepted, rejected, and mending. And from mending after repair, how you can push it back to accepted roles again with a deferred quantity if there is any damages which are cut from the roll.